Hi, Dr. JP here with Leo. Leo, you had a question.
Yeah, can you read that book about the kid with the crayon, that magic crayon? Because I really want to have one of those magic crayons.
Are you talking about Harold and the Purple Crayon? Leo, this book? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, because I really think I really want to have one of those kind of crayons.
Alright, hold on. We'll read Harold and the Purple Crayon, but I want everyone out there to be able to read along with us. So let me get the camera here. Why don't you take a little seat down right there, Leo, so we can have a little space here for Harold and the Purple Crayon. This is an old classic by Crockett Johnson. I remember reading this when I was a little kid. Harold and the Purple Crayon. I wonder what it'd be like to have this kind of magical crayon. Anyway, here we go. There's Harold and there's his purple crayon. One evening, after thinking it over some time, Harold decided he was going to go out for a walk in the moonlight. So, there wasn't any moon, and Harold decided he needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight. So, he had to draw it. And then, he needed something to walk on, so he had to draw that too. And then he made a long straight path so he wouldn't get lost. And then he just started setting off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on his long straight path. So he left the path for a shortcut across a field, and he took the moon with him. See that? Oh, and then a shortcut led right to where Harold thought, a forest should be here. And he started drawing it. But he didn't want to get lost in the woods, no. So he made a very small forest with just one tree. And it turned out to be an apple tree. And he's climbing up his apple tree. And the apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. Well, so he said, I'm going to put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. And it was a terribly frightening dragon that he drew. So it even started to go, and it started to frighten even Harold. So Harold started to back away, and he was holding his purple crayon with him, and his purple crayon started shaking because he was a little too scared. And then suddenly he realized what was happening. Well, he was over his head in an ocean now. So he had to come up thinking fast. And in no time he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. And he quickly said, I'm going to set sail here. So he drew a little sail. And the moon started to sail along with him. Well, he had sailed long enough. Harold made land without so much trouble. But he stepped ashore on the beach, and he was wondering where he was. And the sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and he thought, picnics make me hungry. So he laid out a nice simple picnic little lunch here. And there's the moon still up there. And there was nothing but pie. He just drew pie. And there were all 9 kinds of pie that Harold liked best. And he said, I think I'm just going to have a little bit of each pie. And when Harold finished the picnic, there was quite a lot of pie left. And he hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste, so what did he do? He drew a hungry moose and a little deserving porcupine to finish up the pie, and they went in there and they go and they ate it for him. And then he went off looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. And Harold, he knew that the higher up he went, the farther he could see. He decided, whoa, I think I should make the hill into a mountain. And well, if he were high enough, he thought, he might be able to see the bedroom of his the window of his own bedroom. So, well, he was tired and he felt he should be getting to bed. And he hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the mountain, and he climbed up there. Oh, but the problem was he looked down the other side and he slipped. And there wasn't any other side of the mountain. He was falling into thin air. But luckily, he kept his wits, and he had his purple crayon. And he made a balloon. And he grabbed onto that balloon. And he made a basket under the big balloon to stand in. And he had a fine view from the balloon. But you know what? He couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see a house. So he said, I'm going to make a house with windows. So he started drawing it. And he said, I'm going to land the balloon on the grass in the front yard. None of the windows was his window. So he tried to think where his window ought to be. So he made some more windows. And he made a big building filled with windows. And then he made a lot of buildings filled with windows. And then he made a whole city filled with windows. Oh my gosh. And there he is, crawling up that building. But none of these windows in the city were his window. He couldn't think, where would his window, where might it be? So he said, I'm going to ask a policeman. So he had to draw the policeman first. And the policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, and so Harold said, thank you. And you know what? He walked along with the moon, wishing he was in his room and in bed. And then suddenly Harold remembered something. He remembered where his bedroom window was. When there was a moon. It was always right around the moon, his bedroom window. So why not draw a window around the moon? And then Harold made his bed. And he got in it and he drew the covers. And the purple crayon dropped on the floor, and then Harold dropped off to sleep. And that was the end of the first story of Harold's Purple Crayon. I hope that you enjoyed it. Leo, did you enjoy it?
Yeah. Can we read it again?